I'm wrapping up the hottest research from last week and the time it takes to microwave a Hot Pocket. Are you afraid of the dark? Perhaps loud noises? Fast approaching objects? Then I'd suggest not becoming a mass vigilante. A new study looked at which brain mechanisms are responsible for overcoming our responses to fear. The researchers basically recreated the fake bird scene from A Bug's Life and then examined changes in the brain activity once the mice had grown accustomed to the fake threat. Turns out the specific fear-related memories were being stored in a different structure of our brains than where most of our other memories go, and that specific connections between this structure and our visual cortex allow animals to rewrite their instinctive behaviors. The researchers say this could have implications for addressing PTSD and phobias in humans, but then no Batman, so Until we figure that out though, maybe you're the kind of person that engages in a little reefer for relaxation. Dabbles in the dabs? A spot of pot? What do you mean, have I smoked weed before? Researchers used MRI to look at the brains of 1,000 heavy, moderate, and non-users of cannabis while they completed 7 cognitive tasks. They also did a p-test to see if participants had recently used cannabis. They found that heavy users of cannabis demonstrated a significantly lower activation of the area of the brain responsible for working memory. And what's more, this effect was even larger among recent users of cannabis. While long-term studies are still needed to establish exactly how cannabis affects the brain, these findings provide strong evidence for the impact that cannabis can have on working memory. Speaking of things being banned in schools, a new study looked at whether smartphone bans in schools made any difference for students' health and performance as compared to schools without bans. The researchers looked at mental health behaviors, and educational outcomes, and found no differences between schools that banned phones versus those that didn't. Now, before you start texting your parents, LOL, cry face laughing emoji, you should know that the ban only reduced overall smartphone use by about 40 minutes a day, and if school is at least 6 hours, the math ain't math in here. The authors did find a negative relationship between smartphone use and pretty much every outcome they looked at, so it's clear that smartphones are still bad. It's just gonna take more than a ban in schools to address this issue. Maybe they just need more everyday PhD. That's all I'm saying. See you next week.